It's 5:45 in the morning. I'm gonna kick off today by going back to Zombie Air Force Base and flying again. I wish it was 5:30, so I'm gonna get my act together and get driving away. All right, I'm here. It's about 7:06. There's fog over the airfield. I'm not quite sure what this means for my flying prospects, but I guess I'll find out soon. So I don't know how apparent it is to you guys, but like if you look at the moon, this is just a real thin layer of fog. We're gonna fly right above that. As a matter of fact, I'd really like to get some footage of it, so I'm trying to launch as quickly as possible. I'm ready.
Okay. Clear prop. Centered on it. Yeah. Feel that? Feels better, huh?
You're gonna be popular. You're gonna be popular. You're gonna be popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll help you 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 be popular.
One said my mother and another said my father that if I kept this up I'd be a popular rapper. So I kept this up, only pursuing my dreams. With a lot of flow came a lot of haters, and it only seemed like I'm on a treadmill called popularity. And I'm doing my things but rappers passing me. Not a Transformers, but I give you a sign. My head's lifted really high, optimistic prime. I'm unique, but 1,000 rappers just like me have more hits and more vids and look better than me. It's no race, it's no race, it's not even a contest about who has more fans, who can spit it the best. And it's not even a test, so I don't really care, and it's not in my interest. Everyone's the same, but I go the extra mile, and my middle name is Swag. Look at me, try not to smile.
You're gonna be popular. You're gonna be popular. You're gonna be popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll help you be popular. I'll help you be popular. I'll help you be popular. You're gonna be popular.
Hey guys, Woody from the future. That's me, the lower guy on the right of the screen, center screen right now. I had another engine out, except this time I wasn't really set up for success like I was in the previous ones. I am near the airfield, so that's good, but I'm way too high and I was facing the wrong direction. So once again, I go to the end and I get myself turned around. I was uncomfortable being so far over the trees like maybe I needed to be without the motor on. So what I do instead is I loop around, I get to the start of the airfield, and you can't see it, but I'm making these S-turns, going back and forth, zigzagging, because if I don't make these S-turns, then I'm going to overshoot the runway and land in those trees in the far direction. And you can catch my last couple, going, I'm headed to the right, turning around, headed to the left. Typically, you don't want to make, well, a new pilot anyway, doesn't want to make a lot of turns near the ground because you're kind of like a rock on a string and you don't want to land while you're swinging back and forth. But it works out okay. I turn enough that I don't run out of airstrip and I get on the grass and I'm down and I'm safe. After this clip ends, we're going to figure out why my Paramotor engine keeps dying.
But your landing, everything was perfect. Your setup, you actually bled off speed like a pro. I was like,
oh,
wow.
I meant to say,
That's like he's doing that on purpose. Like,
yesterday we had a conversation.
I know you can hear
about
me,
it.
but he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He did pretty good.
All right, Brad, what happened?
What happened? Well, good news is we figured out Woody has never killed his own motor.
Probably. So I have had 5 flights now, and I've had 3 engine outs, like emergency landings, because the motor turned off. The first 2 times, we assumed it was my fault, like I had hit the kill switch. And while that's possible, this time it totally was not that. I should have my seatbelt on.
That's me.
So this time it was totally not me hitting it. Like I'm certain. I was practically looking at the kill button when the engine died. And beforehand, I noticed it start to sputter. So, like, that had caught my attention. But I'm like, are we okay? I would just goose it a little bit, and it revved up. So I'm like, I'm probably just being a scared new pilot. And then it died. It died, and I was like, I was not lined up for landing, like like some of the other
over
time.
there.
Yeah, I was like,
See if you can.
I don't know if you guys can catch it, but like that group of trees in the distance there, not the tall one nearest, but out, I don't know, 10th of a mile away or 1/8 of a mile away. I was out, so I sort of turned towards the strip, like I spotted where I was gonna land. I turned toward it. I was going too far, and it's not like a plane where you can just like steer down or whatever it is that planes do. I had to S-turn and like burn off speed. You can see there's not a lot of runway left. I'm gonna hop out. Like, there's my paramotor. There's the runway behind me. And there's the runway that was in front of me. Not a ton left. So we looked it over and we've discovered why the engine keeps dying. Why I keep having these emergency landings. And it looks like there's a manufacturer's defect. Check this out. So I'm kicking myself for not fixing this sooner because I kind of sort of noticed it. I was like, that's a check valve I've never seen before. This thing is a check valve. It makes it so that air can suck in, but it can't like blow out. This is sealed up top here. This is closed. So what would happen is as the fuel was consumed, it would create a vacuum and the motor wouldn't be able to suck any more gas because this thing is sealed. Now, like, this is your sealed gas cap, like the one you're supposed to use when traveling and stuff. This is my flying gas cap. That wasn't, someone made a mistake. Maybe if you get a giant tube, the end of it looks like this and they just use the end on mine. But I've had 5 flights and 3 emergency landings. And I think it's because the motor quits after a while. The fix is simple. I think we just cut the end off and this thing will run forever. But I don't know. I'm pretty grateful that I'm not hurt because that's a lot of emergency landings for a brand new pilot. So hopefully the camera picks this up well, but Brad has a similar paramotor to mine and he has a hole in this thing. There's a cap with like a hole in it. Mine, no one ever drilled that hole. And we think that's why, we're actually pretty confident, that's why I keep having these engine outs, emergency landings, etc. So the fix is going to be straightforward. We're going to put a hole in mine too. Can you grab it at the top so you can push on it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it from rotating without tearing it. I'll back out. Oh yeah, that's what happened. The plug actually walked its way in. Okay. I'm leaning towards, especially the way it looks, that we just cut it and let it be.
Here's the end of the story on that fuel cap. When we tried to drill a hole in the epoxy at the end, the epoxy broke, so now it's kind of wide open and capable of collecting like grit. So I'm gonna sync up with Marco, get a new fuel cap, and everything will be cool. For right now, we're going out to breakfast together because I made new para friends, which was part of my whole reason for coming to Zombie Airfield. Cool. I'm all cleaned up. It's the end of the day. It's been a good one. I had a good weekend. I'm happy about that. I keep mentioning the same thing. I made new para friends. I got some flight time, and I think we got to the bottom of the paramotor troubles I've been having with the motor cutting off. So, huge win. Maybe next week I'll do it again. We'll see what everybody else's schedule is and what my wife has to say about it. But yeah, now let's head on with the rest of the week and do some different stuff.
Multi-million-dollar deals, got $1 million deal. When I was younger, I would wonder how $1 million feel. And for real, it feel like I ain't even broke a seal. Cause when you drop hits, they want you to pick up the bill. Now my life is in Maryland, my heart is in Chicago. New York state of mind, but out LA, man, that's where I go. When I need to lay this shit down, so much on my mind, that's the reason I'm spitting now. Finally running the game and everybody tripping now, but I could give it